We're in. We're on. We're in. We're on. And I don't
Something like
know. I don't know if you recognize this guy. Welcome back, Facebook.
that.
And I don't know. You kind of pulled a fast Willie on me there the other day,
Well,
saying
I
show up and blah
apologize.
blah blah.
No, no, no. I had some friends that stopped by I hadn't seen in a while, and you know what? I'm getting old, so it
And screw
just
that Dave Burrows guy.
well, that's what I was thinking actually. Yep,
Yeah.
right. That's it right there. You
There
got
you
me.
go. Good to have you around, Jay
Yeah,
Peckham.
thanks,
And
man. Thanks.
I
Yeah,
know
it's
you've
good to
been
be here.
recovering from a few personal things, so it's good
Yeah,
to.
yeah. Lots of health challenges, and
Yeah.
but feeling much better.
Well,
Uh,
you got to be feeling pretty good, prancing all around Italy and
yeah,
stuff,
that was. Oh man, what a destination!
right?
You know what? Everybody's got to make it at some point because it was
It's
just
on my
truly
list.
amazing. Yeah, yeah, total different perspective over there for sure.
Sure. And you were
Yeah,
gone for like 2 weeks?
we were gone for a full 7 days actually in
Oh, okay.
Italy and 2 days of travel and stuff like that.
Yeah,
So
right,
yeah,
right. Good for you for
but
doing
yeah,
that, right?
yeah, I know we hit Rome, Florence, and Venice, and did a couple little side tours and stuff like that. Siena, San Gimignano, and Pisa. So it was amazing.
The Leaning Tower of Pisa.
Yeah,
Do
yeah.
you go in it?
We
Like,
got all
can
the
you go
silly.
in it, or
You
how's
can
that?
go in it.
Yeah.
We didn't get the tickets to go in
Or you
it.
just looked at it
Yeah.
and said, "Wow, that's cool."
Yeah, we took all the standard goofy pictures with
Right.
it, holding it up,
Yeah,
leaning on
standing
it.
there like you're
Yeah,
pinching it. Yeah,
hundred
whatever.
percent pushing it over,
Yeah,
things like
right.
that. Yeah, no, it was a ton of fun. The food was amazing. I lost 2 pounds over there and ate like a horse. So,
Really, I'm
it was
surprised because I would have
absolutely
like,
crazy.
oof,
Yeah.
I would have worried me with all that delicious pasta. And
Well, but you know what I think it is? I mean, there's nothing processed over there at all. It's
he
all
showed up.
fresh. Hey, um,
Yeah,
yeah, nothing's processed over there,
yeah,
right?
right.
So
Good point.
when you get, luncheon meats and stuff like that, it's just meat and salt. Like, I mean, that's
Yeah,
really all it is. And yeah, it was amazing.
good
Lost two
for you.
pounds. So
All right. Well,
let's talk some hockey.
we can go for coffee and tea later to
Yeah,
catch
hundred
up on
percent,
that. But
100%.
okay, so first time here, let's backtrack a little bit to some of the things Connor and I have talked about.
Okay.
Like it's been, 5 games on the road, 5 losses on the road. Come
Yep.
back, win the game day, which seemed like that might have slipped away a
School
little
day
bit
game.
in
Yeah.
the second period there, but came out ahead and kind of hoping that that's the one that starts the pulley in motion to get that momentum going.
Yeah. You always hope for that, right? For
And
sure.
then Friday looked like we were, and this team just seems to have a hard time closing the deal, Jay.
Yeah, you know what? I mean that's been really, I think, very evident for me in the stands so far this season, and I think, I think we'll go back to something we used to talk about quite a bit. Is that you can never really know with a team. Like we look at the team itself, and by
Yeah,
the books and on the
on
page and
paper,
by
yeah,
the numbers, we've got some talent here. We've got some really strong players,
for
but
sure.
so many things have to come together to make a strong hockey team. And I know there's just a little something missing.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Well,
Because
it
even like
seems.
the other night's game, we came out with all the passion and the fire, and we had a great pace and everything like that. And you're right. We just couldn't close. It was like going that 60 minutes right to the end, and it just didn't seem to quite be there. Like I mean, middle of the second period, we kind of
Well, and Connor
started
and
to
I talked
flop
a little
around a
bit
little
about
bit.
like every season, at least for the last 3 or 4, we come out strong, and then it seems like we're hurt.
Yeah,
you know, and we can go back as far as Dillingham. Look at that
yeah,
scenario, and Wainwright, and there's so many, and then some go away. Like we just saw, Diorio is back
yeah,
here
yeah,
today, which is
yeah.
nice
Which
to
is that's
see.
awesome. Yeah,
But then you go like he's been off for so long, chomping at the bit, likely to get back here.
sure.
But does that mean he's a bit of a rusty nail out there at the same
Well,
time, or is it like there's so
I'm not
many
sure. He's skating
variables?
pretty well right
Yeah.
now. So I mean, I think
And
one
when
of
I
the
say
things that
rusty
probably
nail, I don't mean
yeah.
like a horrible. I just mean like to try to get back into things, right? He's
Yep.
obviously got the skills. Um,
I just think it's almost it's that chemistry when you're always
yeah,
juggling. If you've got guys off on injury, guys off on whatever, they've gone away to camps or whatever, and so you've got this constant in and out and in and out and in and out with your team.
right.
It's kind of hard to build lines that have chemistry. You know what I mean?
It's,
And I think maybe that might be part of it. They're still juggling the
yeah.
lines a little bit, and they're still trying to get used to. They're watching us over here.
Hey guys.
That's awesome. But you're trying to find that chemistry. You're trying to find those players that just get each other. That can really
Well,
do some damage on the ice.
and that's part of not even just
Yeah.
the skill, that's the personality side
Sure
of
it
things
is.
too,
Absolutely.
right? And Connor and I talked about that earlier about, or sorry, no, I was talking to Al Coyne earlier.
Okay.
And it was like, it's like the captain of a ship without looking just knows where every crew member is or
Yep.
can say something to them or direct them in such a way. He does well. Wayne Gretzky always knew. He said,
Yep.
I know I don't have to look. I know where my players are. I'm always
Yep.
looking for where the other team is.
Yeah.
I expect my team to be right there and right
Yeah,
there where they're supposed to
absolutely.
be. And when you can get that happening, you're
Yeah.
passing the puck without
you
looking.
can't,
But
you can't build that, right? If you're always swapping out
right.
guys in your lineup, right?
It's got to be tough though, because
Yep.
you're picking. Okay, we're going to start this way because we're looking at the other team's lineup. Because they put theirs out first, and then it's
yeah. But I mean, we've got some guys out there that are sort of, I think, kind of on the brink of it. I mean, we know who our good players are, and there's a bunch of guys I think that are sort of right in that middle point. I'm talking about guys like Matthew Manza.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like, I think he's just on that. He just needs one really super good game to give him that confidence or whatever, and I think he's going to be an outstanding player.
What about Ryan Brown?
Brownie's
right?
another one. He's a great stick handler and stuff like that. So he's there. He's ready to be awesome. And there's a few others, sort of in that. I mean, we saw Chase Gone.
Yep.
He just scored his first OHL goal the other night, and you know what? And it was pretty. It was beautiful.
Yeah.
And I just think
we got talked about after a post game though, like about slow motion.
Yeah, I know, right?
And Fisher was like, "It doesn't matter. We don't talk about how it happened. It went in.
It went in. Yeah, absolutely. But I mean, it was a good-looking goal, and and I think you score, you kind of get a taste for it. I'm looking for good things from him because he has been playing well. Just hadn't kind of broken that seal yet. So, and I think we've got a few more players still in that same category, and I just I think when the chemistry finally gels for this team, it's going to work well. And it really does look like the coaching staff have been really sort of working on that chemistry thing. Because I don't know that I've really understood some of their changes that they've made.
I know, right?
I didn't understand some of them, and maybe some of them were very much sort of locker room chemistry kind of choices. And you know what? Good for them for doing that, because chemistry is a big part, a big factor, in putting a great team out on that ice.
Well, and you go back to Coach Al Letang and the whole coaching staff, quite honestly. He's been noted as saying there's a high work ethic on this team. It's out there. The work ethic's there. I think you're right. It's that missing piece of just cliche gelling, getting the personalities, getting things lined up out there, and keeping the excitement going from the fans. I will say, what do we got here? Steve's telling me 3,449 here. So.
Oh wow.
It seemed a little thinner.
It did. Well, it's a Sunday afternoon game,
right?
I mean, they tend to be a little less attended.
Lots of kids out here, though, which I love. Today, boy, I'll tell you, Wednesdays.
I bet.
I went up in the suite because there was nobody up there, and all the kids were down here. And I'm like, I'm getting out of the way.
Yeah.
And it was up there. I even had my mic turned down, and it was so loud.
Yeah.
They were cheering for the other team when they got a goal.
You know what? They certainly love this hockey team. That's for darn
Well, what a great thing to see, not just the state, but the OHL do the game day for schools.
Yeah, I mean, as a season ticket holder, it's a regular season game that I don't get to see, and but you
get the extra voucher.
Give it to the kids, man. Absolutely.
No, 100%.
I'm okay with that.
100%. No, it's good. There's a lot of kids that come out that day that might not get a chance to get here because mom and dad just aren't in a position to do it. It's been it's coming out in this first period too. Like North Bay showed up real quick, going boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
And,
well, two goals, 2 shots.
Right?
I mean,
and then the Sting had to
that
go,
was hard
whoa, oof, right? And then Wallows coming
That's a
in there.
little tough to
And
take.
you talk about Easton Wallows. Like,
There's another guy.
Here's
Yeah,
a guy.
Easton Wallows.
I was
Another
waiting
one
for
of
how
that.
many? 8 goals of the season now.
Yeah.
I
yeah.
didn't realize that's
He's got some great
kind
stats.
but still, as far as talked about, a bit of an underrated player.
I think so too. Like I said, you know what? I mean, there's this nice group of guys, and I think Easton Wallace is definitely one of those guys.
Yeah.
You know, he's got some skills. You know, he's got some passion. He plays with heart, and you can see that it's tangible. You know, and but he just hasn't kind of crossed that blue line into the forward zone
Right,
and be crushing people. But it's coming. I think
Yeah,
I feel
it
it
definitely is
coming.
coming.
I think we're going to see lots of good things.
Same
from
thing
him
with
too.
that. We talked a little bit about Ryan Brown, but I want to touch again. This kid has got a sniper of a shot. I
Sure
believe.
he does.
And it's like I just like to see it.
Yeah.
Right. You know.
Well,
we've
you know
seen
what
it
I
a
want to
few
see
times.
more of right now? I want to see more fish cannons.
Yeah.
You know what? Because this is my favorite shot, right? Because there's those moments where the puck ends up at Fisher on the point, and he one-times it from there, and he's got a cannon.
Yeah, he does.
He totally does.
Yeah.
But he doesn't do the fish cannon often enough.
Yeah.
I want to see more fish cannons. So
I think there's a player also that's.
So Lucas, if you see this, more
right.
fish cannons.
He does watch. I can confirm.
Okay, perfect.
But I know, like even post game the other day, like you could just sense the frustration coming.
Yeah.
You know, all the team. Don't get me wrong, but the frustration of the captain of the ship.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, it's looking around and
Well, he seems like a pretty good
what
dude,
you're working
and I love his work ethic on
Yeah.
ice.
He hung out here the other day, and somebody was looking for Matthew Manza, and he was out here, and he took them right down to the locker room looking for him. So he does have that.
Yep.
Then there's those. I love you, Fish, but at the same time, I know there's those moments he's like, I don't want to talk to anybody.
Fair enough.
And
Fair enough.
totally respect that.
I've had a few of those moments.
Right.
Myself,
we also, we talk about the players often of the frustration out there, not to continue on the negative side, but the coaching staff. Hey, how are you? Coaching staff's got to be frustrated. I saw Braden Guy down earlier. And, he didn't say it so much, but you could tell there's frustration coming from there.
Well, and I think here's the thing.
Do you have the right tools in the shed?
Yeah. Well, the interesting thing for me this year, which was a little different, is we got a letter in our season ticket holder package from the management of the team.
Okay.
And, they really seem to indicate in there that, they have some pretty high goals for this team. And I think, it's the first time I've really seen it in a long time where I've seen, tangible and visible efforts from the management and the coaching staff to get this team, where the fans want it to be.
Yep.
And I thought that was really very interesting that they made, sort of almost commitment level to improving this team and getting us, into a Mem Cup tournament ready team. And I love that. So, I'm hoping to see it. There's certainly some building blocks here. I know by the time we hit the trade deadline, we're going to probably see, a few more changes and things like that.
You definitely will.
Yeah, and trying to make a bigger impact on the ice. And I'm as a season ticket holder, I'm excited about that.
I can,
because I don't know that I've seen that really from the management previously.
Well, with new changes comes new ideas, new efforts, right? Hopefully that's what you see.
That's got me excited for the future.
I can confirm there's definitely a strategy in place that of goals they're trying to achieve. Memorial Cup is on the list in multiple ways, right?
Love that.
So, there's, again, you call it building blocks or some building obstacles along the way. Jake Burry, another one who's a leading factor. And,
absolutely.
I know some things he talked about 3 years ago he wanted to do that are just happening this year. So,
yeah, for sure.
There's that long-term strategy and then that immediate, and thanks to the fans for being patient. I know there's been things like sound system and all this stuff, but that doesn't just happen like that.
Nope.
You don't just write a check, but they know, they're aware. And now they've committed very strongly, yes, to doing what needs to be done.
Yep.
So,
and I like that. I'm excited.
What we need to see committed right now is the Sarnia Sting to come out and tie things up and then get ahead of this North Bay Battalion. There's only one way to go for the Sarnia Sting.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's up. After today, they're back on the road for 5 games.
Yeah.
That'll be like 10 out of 12 games they've been on the road.
And I just, what I really hope is that I don't want to see, what I'm hoping is that we get a little more offensive hockey coming up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We've been playing quite defensively in this first period against North Bay. And I think if they just, they need to find a way to get out of our zone, get it into that forward zone, because we've seen some really great chances in the forward zone already.
Yeah.
We know it's there. And if we can keep that that drive going and get into that end a little more.
And spread out a little bit more. We talked, we got to go here in a moment, but I've seen a lot of 3-on-1. I couldn't really tell right now, but last game 3-on-1. Are we seeing that?
No, we're seeing those kinds of things.
3-on-1 is not where
we're seeing some great opportunities.
Yeah.
And and I really like that. I think we need some more of those opportunistic plays for sure.
All right, well, there you have it from the man himself, Jay Peckham, who showed up. Never know when. It's good to have you back, my friend.
Thanks,
Appreciate you stopping by.
Yeah.
And we'll have you back again some more.
Yeah, for sure.
Hughes Intelligence, thanks to them for being around for so many years, and Joe's Discount Tire as well. And all of you, we're going to do what we always do. We're going to stay live on TikTok, so if you want to shift on over Facebook, that's where the fun really happens.
Perfect.
Come on back over here. But as always, I'm David Burrows and my good friend Jay Peckham. 1, 2, 3. Go!